the Pullze Check podcast. Today, as always, we got an even juicier one for you than last week. But before we do that, before we get into it, as always, my boy JGOD with me, my boy JoeWo, and a guest who hasn't been with us yet, who, if you guys don't know who he is, I'm telling you right now, get to know him, bro. My boy Gojj. Gojj, go ahead, give yourself a little introduction, bro, and let the people know a little bit about you, bro.
Man, I appreciate that. That was a lot of gas. I'm just excited to be here. I'm a caster. That's kind of my full-time job. Shoutcaster for esports stuff. Warzone's where I got my start. Done a ton of Warzone events and hoping to do a lot more in the future. Awesome, man.
Listen, bro, guys, today we got a lot of things to talk about. I'll give you the quick rundown of everything going on, and Gojj is going to play a big part of this. So off rip, we got a little hacker situation that kind of came out today, and we found out that somebody came clean about hacking, which we'll talk about that, or not came clean, but was exposed, right? And then we have World Series of Warzone announcement. Finally things are getting moving, and we have dates for the stage 1 semifinals and finals of the World Series of Warzone, which Gojj is here we're gonna talk about that. That's the goal right there. And then also, a lot of people don't know, but the whole Scummin Huskers unrational situation has an update.
It's evolved, right?
It's evolved into something crazy, which we shall get into. But boys, let's address what I think a lot of people are here for off rip, and that is the hacker situation, man. So do any one of you guys want to give a quick little rundown of what happened? If anybody wants to, if not, I don't care. I'll do it, but it's up to you guys.
I mean, Joe, you probably are on the ground floor maybe a bit more than me if you want to rip it.
Yeah, so basically on Twitter today, there was somebody that was in a Discord call with their friend. According to a couple responses, they didn't know that they were recording the conversation. That's a whole nother thing. And then they said and admitted to cheating in Warzone. Now, according to them, they aren't cheating now. They cheated in the past, but if you were once a cheater, why would you not cheat now? But it is what it is. So then they started to out other people, say I was cheating because this person told me to, and the list goes on. And then with the other person, they were also outing other people and just got, exposed themselves and other people.
Also, for clarification, what's the time frame that this cheating was supposedly taking place? Because like you said, they're not cheating now. So when were they supposedly cheating?
So they said they were supposedly cheating during Caldera, during 2v2 wagers and everything like that. Mind you, they were playing wagers against, me, Huskers, other streamers, playing on CMG, and their partner apparently was told them to cheat. And that's why they were cheating. And so they were cheating in Caldera. They said they started to cheat at the beginning of Warzone 2, but not now. So but again, that's the thing we could talk about. If you were cheating then, why would you not just cheat now for the biggest tournament that we have coming up? So yeah.
And to add some more context to that too, like as you look at Cyrus's earnings over the course of Warzone, 0 in Verdansk, several small events in Caldera, and then several more events in Al Mazrah in a much more limited amount of time. So how many of those events was he actually cheating? Nobody actually knows, but the fact that he was cheating during both of those 2 maps kind of shows on paper as well. And to be very, totally transparent, people beat him when he was cheating, probably $5,600 earned in total that I have documented, which means, plus or minus another 0.12 on that, just based on smaller events.
And also, apparently, he was playing a lot of wagers. I think that's where people have a lot of problem with this. He was playing hundreds of dollars of wagers, 2v2ing against other people and larger creators that didn't know that he was cheating. So I think that his tournament side is obviously a problem too, but I think the wager side is the biggest thing. People were like, dude, you were cheating and playing 2v2 wagers.
Because no one would track that either.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they're saying that the time frame that was mentioned on Twitter was from November 30th to December 17th. And this is this year, correct? Because this is where things start to get a little fuzzy on
So he cheated until the season 1 update, or what? The mid-season update?
That's
He's like, Ricochet caught me. I'm done.
So I'm hearing that it was from Caldera. From what I read, it sounded like it was from December. So I'm assuming of last year, December to November of all Caldera, right? That's here. Let me just double check that.
But I also think for his video, he said he started cheating at the beginning of Warzone 2 and then he stopped. But again, if you're cheating in Caldera and then you start to cheat in Warzone 2,
he
why
did
would
it
you?
in the video, right? But he didn't know he was being recorded. So like
Yeah,
he's probably
exactly.
honest in the clip, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not like
That's right.
right now we brought him on and he says, you know what, I stopped. Like this was in a private conversation where there's probably no judgment. So I would say the benefit of the doubt, they probably were being truthful because they didn't lie about any, you know. But who knows? Like you said, once a cheater, always a cheater. So can have both sides of it.
Here is the rundown. Here is like, if anybody wants a short summary. My guy Cyrus, he was in a Discord call with one of his friends, I believe, and they were talking, and whoever it was on the call pretty much recorded the call, and Cyrus admitted to cheating back in Caldera, right? Caldera of November through December, right? For those months. And in those months, he played wagers, won money. And his reasoning for it, he just came out with a statement saying that the reason why he cheated was because he needed the money. And then, which obviously not an excuse at all. But two, the more like kind of like, okay, this is where things get a little weird, is he called out, this, again, before I even say this, I want everybody to don't go and take anybody's word as true. Make your own opinions on things, because we're not here to, let's say, solidify, right? We're not here to ruin this guy's career. If this, you never know, this could not be true. So again, how many times have we seen on the internet where things like people lie about shit? I'm not saying Cyrus is lying. I'm not saying anybody. I'm just saying like take everything with a grain of salt and just keep an open mind, right? So pretty much Cyrus said that this guy Solidify pretty much told Cyrus to buy hacks so they could duo together and then make money together, because Cyrus needed the money and Solidify wanted to win, I guess, right? Solidify came out with a statement right after me going live. If you guys want me to read it out, I can show you.
Yeah, he needs to learn to use the paragraph button, bro. The enter button to make some spacing. That is a wall of text, dog.
Yeah, okay,
press enter.
Also, real quick too, before that, the crazy thing is, and I don't like the excuse that he needed the money, because what he was earning, the money he was earning was just stolen by cheating his friends. Like, I hate, like, and again, he's cheating. So like him using the excuse of I needed the money is just BS, because you're literally hacking in a video game to steal your friend's money. Like, I don't like that, but
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with this, but go ahead. If you want to read it, Hector, go for it.
Yeah, let me read it. So this is, I also, just so everybody knows, Cyrus reached out to us and said he wanted to be on the podcast, and what's it called? And then so obviously we wanted to make sure that if Cyrus is going to get on, we gave the opportunity to Solidify if he wanted to come on as well. He denied it. He doesn't want to come on. Solidify said he doesn't like drama. He's just going to give a statement, let things happen. Whatever people want to believe is what they want to believe. So let me read what he says. I haven't even read this yet. So let's see. So Cyrus cheating has everything to do with him and how in debt and down bad he was, and nothing to do with me. No one peer pressured him to do anything. He asked me and others to fund him plenty of times, and that's all I did was lend the kid money, which he asked for an entire month after he already bought the cheats. Its screenshots show that I sent him money on PayPal on November 29th. He bought the cheats September 20th. Right, so October, November. Okay, yeah. So about a month later, the kid literally preached to me how much in need of money he was, and all I did was lend him it when he asked. He's done other stupid shit before, like shave his head for cash, which I also offered to cover his debt he owed other people, just so the kid could keep his hair. It's sad to see how many of my quote-unquote friends jumped on the bandwagon so quick when I tweeted out red box gifts every time I lost him, and even messaged Sammy, I think that's Omit Sammy, in February, saying he's one PC check away from being gone. My mistake was knowing he was doing it and not doing more, but I never had anything to do with him cheating. Just felt bad because he's a good kid deep down. I thought so at the time, was in parentheses, and figured he would stop when his debt is paid off. Appreciate those people that were defending me. Y'all are real ones, and I've never cheated. I'm open to a PC check from anyone at any given time, and have gotten plenty of them over the years with nothing coming up. So that is Cyrus's side of the story, which I feel like it's always going to be he said, she said, no matter what, right? And I don't know. What's y'all's take? What's y'all's take?
I mean, here's the thing. Regardless of whether he did or not, he knew the guy was cheating and he played with him for money. I mean, right? Like, that's a simple fact. Now, yes, Cyrus is underage. Yes, Solidify, I think, is like 24 or something like that. But like, even regardless of any of that, you played with a guy, scam people for money. You knew he was cheating. You never said anything about it. You kept playing with him. Period. End of sentence.
I agree. That's a big thing. I think not a lot of people are talking about, right? Again, these are some pretty big accusations that Cyrus is throwing out, saying that, oh, he made me do it. He made me. He told me, like, obviously, Solidify saying, bro, he just wanted money. Like, I didn't make him do anything, right? But at the end of the day, they're both at fault. Cyrus, obviously, for cheating, and then Solidify for playing with him, knowing that he was cheating, right? So I don't know, man. Joe, what's your thought? What's your takes on all this?
I just think it's weird. And again, I take Cyrus's word too as a grain of salt, because he was, I think, 16 at the time, and everybody here and everybody that hears this, we've all made stupid mistakes at 16. Not an excuse at all, but he was 16. The other side of that is, if that is true, that he was telling his teammate was telling him to cheat, it's hard to buy that, because it sounds like he's like trying to tell, because somebody else, that's the reason he was cheating, not being like, yo, I screwed up, I just cheated because of me. But if so, that is also just as weird for his teammate to know he's cheating, know he's robbing people, and then fund the cheats of his teammate. That's just next level crazy.
Look, I'm going to say this as well. I'm going to just throw this out there, because I saw people saying like, oh, I can't believe you recorded your homie, all this shit. I'm going to be honest, like whether, like, Solidify in the chat was saying, like, when did I ever play with him, right? So I'm guessing he's saying that he never played with him. But let's just push that aside. The fact that he knew that he had hacks and didn't say anything, in my opinion, and this goes for everybody in the community, if you know somebody that's cheating and you're not speaking up about it, in my opinion, you're just as wrong as the person cheating. If I personally, of course, it was kind of a quote unquote weird move that his friend recorded Cyrus talking about this, like he confided in him. But at the end of the day, bro, like I've said this before, like let's say somebody in my house, so I'm talking Sage, DS, if I found out these guys were hacking, I would dead ass expose them in front of everybody. Why? Because like you're literally ruining people's lives at that point, right? Like you truly are. So that's kind of my take on this. I don't think it is definitely quote unquote weird, but at the end of the day, like that's one less hacker we have to worry about, like out on the battlefield, right? And we know a lot of this shit with the World Series of Warzone, everything going on. Like you never know, bro. I mean, if this is one person, like who, right? He's a quote unquote what people call wager kid, right? Dude, D just said he's exposing my nudes. What the fuck? Anyways.
Wait a second.
But like, I'm curious to see on land, bro, who's gonna just come out and just shoot circles. Because like
it's not about it. So here's the thing for the land. So with all this stuff coming out, and I feel like this isn't even too much to ask. I've seen people be like, some people can't afford that. You can use your phone. I think, bro, for stage 1 finals, for the qualifiers, you have to monitor cam. You have to set up cam every single player. I don't care if you think like I don't like the way I look on camera. You're gonna if you guys qualify, you're gonna be on land in front of cameras and people. So you better get used to it. I think for stage 1 finals, we make it a thing. Every single person has to monitor cam, has to set up cam, no questions asked. If not,
I say you do a setup cam. In my opinion, you do a fucking setup cam. Where it's a wide angle of like everything in your general, like, you know, I don't even know if that's possible, but bro, we've seen people have like a regular monitor cam, but then they're fucking, it's a fake one.
It's up here. Or no, and for everybody that's gonna say like you can't do that, you can hook up your iPhone to OBS, you put it on a tripod mounted behind a book behind you, and just put it on 0.5
you don't
zoom.
even need to go crazy with it. Everyone has at least a phone.
Everyone has, I don't like that excuse. I think for stage 1 finals, every single person competing has a
I think in stage they do have to have camera, just not the quals.
That's what I was gonna say. Stage 1 finals, you have to have a face cam on, not monitor cam.
Not monitor. Face cam.
Has to be a face cam. So
what about the first round, the qual? That one does too, correct? Or no?
The custom quals? I don't believe so, because there's no like main broadcast for the custom quals.
Yeah.
So they're not requiring it. I think it's twofold requirement. One, to make sure you're the person you say you are while you're playing, but two, it's like, hey, we need this for broadcast because we're going to be potentially
they're gonna be
showing those,
highlighting
right?
players,
Like
yeah.
you want to show
Well, no, they'll
somebody
just use
actual
their
games.
spectator camera, right?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm more memeing because the game don't have one.
Spectator.
Yeah. Well,
I'm curious
no
to
is the
see.
answer, unfortunately.
You know, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. That like the broadcast is kind of the main concern instead of like the integrity of the tournament.
Well,
Yep.
and I
don't
say
know.
that I think it's twofold. I think the integrity of the tournament is, hey, and we're getting a little off topic. I think it's a
Yeah.
long conversation we'll have later. But like, the integrity of the tournament is we want to make sure you are who you say you are while you're playing. That's the first and foremost thing. Then the second thing is if they want to use cams for later, then great. But yeah, I don't know. Joe, what you were saying about the monitor cam and the setup cam. Totally agree. I just think there should be a more robust admin system that goes through a full walkthrough of every player system beforehand, does like tech checks, like even not the same day, like runs through PC checks, does tech checks, makes sure everything's set up the way it's supposed to set up, and then watches you boot your PC up. Now, I know it's not as like great, but that seems normal for esports.
But think about it though, is they could still have all of that, and then right before the game one starts, they have a full
Toggle.
cam on, talking to chat, quick little toggle, tab out, all that. The thing that would fix all that was again like, and everybody has a phone, bro. You put your phone up, and like I feel like every competitor, if there's any competitors that are against that, there's a red flag. Sus, why are you against that? It's the biggest tournament we have, but like. I think everybody at this point, because of things like this are happening now, like everybody should agree today, tomorrow, this weekend, because it's in like a week, where we have to have a setup cam. Every single person, doesn't matter who you are, has to have that.
I mean, we're getting a little bit off topic. Like we said, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I hope that the LAN comes and exposes a lot of people, but I think let's kind of go back into the topic at hand, right? And let's let Cyrus have the floor here and kind of bring him on and have him explain his side of the story. Again, we're not here like to say we're here. I want to hear what he has to say, and I'm not here again. As always, I'm not gonna pick a side or anything like that. We're gonna give Cyrus the floor to see what he has to say, especially because Solidify just came and gave his response to it. Again, Solidify, if you change your mind and you do want to come on, if you're in the chat, let me know, man. Let him know. So I'm gonna drag him in, and boys, I'm gonna let him have the floor. So let me do this one, and let me drag him in. Hello.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How you doing, Cyrus? How you doing, man?
All
Talk
right.
to me, bro.
Fortunate to meet under these circumstances.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got caught and I took responsibility for hacking. We got exposed and I admitted to it. So I mean, you want me to give like a story, like a quick summary, like how
go ahead.
it all initiated? Okay, all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So back around like September 2022, I was pretty much like, yes, going to Solidify's tweet, he had mentioned that I was in debt. Yes, I was in debt to known player Autonomy, and I was in debt to Woba, a known guy too, and I made some bad money management things, and luckily he said I cut my hair and stuff for cash. I had a great Woba, and the guy named Density, he helped me out and cut my hair for money, and he cleared my debt, which I'm grateful for him. And then later on, I just wasn't really winning any tourneys. I got I was in the best, basically at the lowest point of my life. And I was hanging around Solidify because I know he's with Doom. He's around like a lot of like S tier players, just to like make a sort of like a friendship, in a way.
Yeah.
Later on, I start to have like no money franchise fees for tournaments. Money for anything, and people saying, yeah, why don't you get a job? A lot of that. I just want to explain myself. I mean, I had a previous mistake when I was younger, which involved it in legal reasons. So it's harder. It's very, very, very 10 times difficult. Well, they don't know my personal life, but it's 10 times difficult for me to get a job at my age right now. But that's not an excuse. Anyways, I cheated and I made the mistake. Anyways, so Solidify, we had talked, we were hopping to a Discord call, a private one, not a channel, like a private call for an hour. I have the message, like the Discord messages, not messages, but like the notification where it says I was on call with him. And he was telling me, like I was telling him how down bad I was, how I need money. I was wondering if you can help me fund some child, and I'll respect this cash. And he was like, nah. And he was explaining to me he's tired of getting cheated on. He's just basically like telling me like he's just tired of like playing cheaters. He doesn't know who's cheating. He thinks a lot of people were cheating at the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then we somewhat told the conversation about cheating, and he had told me like, look, if you was to hack, no one would ever catch you. You know, you've been playing the game. You're on a single monitor, single PC. You know, no one's gonna really believe. You know, and I first denied multiple times. He's not gonna say that I denied it, but I did. And then I just started thinking. I'm thinking like, there's no other option. I mean, there's other option, but at the time I didn't think there was any other option. And I pretty much eventually stuck on, and I agreed. Yeah, he wanted me to play with him while I was using cheats. He had for the payment I tweeted September 20th. He had sent me half funds because I had a little bit of money in my account, and he sent me half funds, and I had bought cheats. And yes, we played wagers. And I apologize, and I do want to say this to the Warzone community, well, wager 2v2 competitive scene, that I am extremely apologize for the people that I played with Solidified during those wagers. I apologize to the people that whoever I had played with you when I was with them. I apologize. And yes, there's no other way to say it. And yeah, and then pretty much I had, I played some wagers with him to get cash in a greedy way, and he profited from it 100%. He knew, and then I had stopped for a month period, because behind this, I got into the scene early Caldera. Like I got off pure talent, pure skill. Like, but this mistake led me down the wrong path. And then around November, I had purchased them again. There's a screenshot on Twitter I posted. I had bought again. I was playing 1v1s on CMG. I had won a tournament on Novem on CMG. I had won with cheats. But then the day comes December 17th, and we got into an argument while we were playing a wager, and he basically just gave me the whole kick down the dirt treatment. Fuck you. Like, sorry for my language. I apologize. But he basically did me like that, and that's the day. No one's gonna believe me, but that's the day that I had stopped talking to him, and that's the day I had stopped using any type of cheats or any malicious software. And the whole main reason I did it was because of money, and it's not an excuse, but I definitely take responsibility for my actions, and I apologize to everyone else that I did this with, that I hurt. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So just, I know it's getting asked a lot. What cheats did you have, right? Like, was it just walls, or was it something else?
No, it was just simply walls. Walls. Yeah. Pretty much it.
Boys,
some of the stuff that I saw, did you know that your friend was recording you?
Oh no, I wasn't.
Call? Or so like whenever like all that stuff got out, was that like a known thing that your friend was recording, or was that just like super random? Like you're like, oh wow.
To answer your question, sorry for interrupting, but yes. Yeah, to answer your question, no, I did not know. We were I was under the influence right at the time that night, and we were just chilling, Corey's vibe, and then I did not know he was recording at all. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. So no, I did not know he was recording. And he had made a tweet today saying he's gonna expose, and yeah, he let me know that he was gonna make a tweet because he felt like he had a moral as a decent person, which I told him I understood. And yeah.
I think the question most people are asking, because like totally understand, don't agree with, but understand where you're coming from with your story.
Yes.
Aside from all of that, getting rid of all of that, your age, everything, like you and I both know cheating is wrong, period.
100%.
And you've accepted that. But the big question is, I mean, like, how much money do you think you have robbed from other people by cheating? Because you said you played sometimes with cheats, sometimes not. Like, do you have a number in your brain? Because like, I think that's where most people are at, is like, hey, you actually stole money from people.
Yes, 100%. It's less than 1,000 for sure, because I was playing when I had during the end of Caldera, it was wagers. would solidify. We had played whatever chow. He would tell me get a chow. It'd be either from 25 to 50, etc., somewhere around there. And then I had used in 1v1s on the CMG website, so that you could probably find that out. And then the one Nalvam tournament in Mazra, the first CMG, which is like early, like the beginning of the season 1. And so I mean, I can't really tell you an amount. I mean, either way, it's still a good amount to be. It's wrong. But yeah, I can't really tell you an exact amount, but.
That's good. Yeah, I just was curious. And look, I'm, you elected to come onto the podcast on your own fruition. Like you reached out to Hector and basically said, "Can I come on?" So, there's no like, we're not here to just grill you because we just all think what you did is wrong, and it is what it is, and we're gonna move on from it. It was more so just kind of information. So I appreciate that.
100%. And I also want to throw like when people were like, obviously no one's gonna really understand the situation, and I'm not asking them to understand, but when you're in a position where you can't really like, besides gaming, get another like any source of income, well, maybe I'm not smart enough to know, but that was just the time period. And me and Solidify was talking to me and telling me, like, I should do this, and hearing that like in your ear at the moment, at a low point of your life, you kind of like switch to a yes, no, I don't want to do, I do, like, it's a fuck, it's all right, it's like a war in your head of like, it's bad if I do it, and it's like, so he in a way he peer pressured, yes, but I still was the one that took it and downloaded it. But I just don't want to say that I don't want anyone to consistently think in their head that I had the intention or the idea to cheat all in my own head. It was never a thought in my head until that conversation that we had that night with Solidify.
So just I know right when I started the podcast today, Solidify gave his response to that. Obviously, I don't know if you've read it or not, or I'm assuming you have. He denies saying or peer pressuring you that you were the one, that.
Yes.
That so is he? Obviously, I'm not here to pick sides. We're just here to let you guys have a voice. If you guys wanted to, again, we extended the invite to Solidify. He didn't want to. If what you're saying, what you're saying, is correct, and he did do that, that's, in my opinion, that's fucked up on a lot of levels. Equally as fucked up as you cheating.
Yes.
But so a couple things. One, can you confirm that you guys did play together? And two, what's kind of your response to his saying that he didn't ask you or anything like that?
Well, I could definitely, 100%, I could confirm that we definitely played together when in the end of Caldera, I only played with him when I had a cheese. Like, I was not using it, like, it's hard to believe, I understand. Obviously, once a cheater is always a cheater. But, like, he told me to load it up when I was with him, blah, blah, blah. We played, and yeah. And second to the answer of your question, I took a picture because he has me blocked. Oh, I haven't blocked. But he had said, I mean, my response to his tweet, he was saying that no one peer pressured him, and I asked him for funds plenty of times. I didn't ask him for funds plenty of times. I definitely asked him to cover me for a chow, and I'll and I'm locked in. Like, I'm gonna respect, but and then he said, which he asked for an entire month after he already bought the cheats. So yeah, no. After he had helped me purchase the cheats, I had not really asked him for any money, because we was playing and we were robbing people, and then
like actually robbing though, like literally robbing people.
Yeah. I mean, there's no like no sugarcoating it, yeah, and yeah. So that's what my response to him is. He's trying to say that it's everything to do with me. I chose to take that decision, and that's not the case at all. And it's going to be a he said, she said. But the case is that he definitely put that idea into my head. He told me that I was never going to get caught, which is, that wasn't the main, like, oh, I'm going to get it. But it was more of a, he was trying to sugarcoat it, saying, oh, yeah, you do this, he makes profit. I get to bounce back from the situation I was in. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, definitely my response to him is, yeah, I don't know why he has to sit there and lie. He knows exactly what happened. And I mean, like I said, I have nothing to hide because obviously I've already been exposed, and And when I already know what I did was wrong since day one, so I just want to get that out there.
Boys, do you guys have anything? I have some questions. But,
yeah, I have a quick question. So with your accounts, did you use multiple accounts? Because obviously during Caldera, the Ricochet was like trash towards the end. I think it's been at times better and times worse. So like, how does that work with your account situation? Did you use your main? Like those types of things?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really a techie type of PC person, so I don't know about anything about Ricochet in the system. But I was only playing on my main account. At the time, yeah. So that's the answer. I was only playing on my main account.
And is that account still live now, or has that account been banned?
No, my account has not been banned. I had got a 2 month period shadow ban account there, but that was even before. I had provided proof of when the cheats were bought on the account that I had used for the cheats, and it shows that I got shadow banned around August, and I purchased the cheats September. So they had falsely shadow banned me for 2 months before, but besides
before
that,
you even had the cheats.
Yes. After the fact that you cheated, you nothing, no shadow ban, no, and pretty much have gone undetectable.
What about when the game transferred over to Warzone 2? Were you actively cheating at any point during that time?
Yes, I definitely in the beginning, in the first, I only had played 1v1s on CMG because that's the second time he fully funded me the purchase with cheats. And I had played 1v1s on CMG. He told me to play some 1v1s on CMG. No one's gonna catch me on there, blah blah blah. He played a Novam, which was like I forgot how much it was, but I think it was like a 500 prize pool.
The thing is about that it's just hard to kind of like see that story. Is like you're saying that it's your teammate's fault that you were cheating. No. Then for Warzone, it's not his fault, but like he was a primary reason that you started cheating, right? But then you were playing 1v1s, which he's not like telling you to like cheat with him in chows. You're playing 1v1s by yourself, just cheating like against other people. Like it's not like there's like he's like at your setup like with a knife to your throat, like cheat now. Like it's just you. It's just you, and you're cheating against other people. Like that's 1v1s. That's not against like other people.
100%. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's where I come into place, and I take responsibility for my like full actions. Like I had cheated, and yeah, I mean, there's no way I can ever even sugarcoat this. Like I literally take full responsibility because even though he had put the idea into my head and I still played with him and then I still did the 1v1s, like, you know what I mean? Like, I still did it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I didn't want to, how do I say this? I didn't want to bring someone down with me once I got exposed, but I didn't want to let the truth where it comes to where people think I was a bad person, because the people who know me from day one know that I've always been a good person and good energy and positive. And I made a very, very, very bad mistake down the road, and then I know a lot of people are very upset and mad at me, you know, which is understandable.
Look, I can't speak about who you are as a person. I have other people saying you're a great person in DMs. That's fantastic. You might be one of the best people that I've ever met. That doesn't change the fact you cheated, and you know that, and you've said that. Your life's not over. You're still a dude. You can still do your thing. You can still do whatever you want. But, you know, obviously your time competing in Warzone for at least a extended period of time is over, and that's okay. You can move on and go do some other stuff. But you as a guy, you're still a guy. You're gonna be fine. Everything's good. And I believe some of the people that are vouching for your character, but that's not for us to discuss. That's more of just a note for you. It's just like, look, it's gonna be okay, but you're gonna have to figure it out in another scene. My only question, and I would love you to don't say this out loud, please, but if you'll just DM me what cheat provider you used. If it's one of the ones that is main, that's great. I just want to know from a Ricochet standpoint, is Ricochet not working for one specific user or whatever? Was it a fluke, or was it like, hey, this provider is doing something different?
Yeah, I understand. I could definitely DM you that.
Okay. Don't say it out loud, and I'm not going to go cheat. Just throwing that out there.
Gojj is on the list now. Speaking of the list, is there any other people that you know of that like either like asked you and know that you cheated also, that they're like, yo, we know that you cheat? Who is your people? Like, is there any other people that you know is cheating for sure too, that you're like, yo, they're cheating?
No,
Also.
I mean, I can definitely tell you this. I mean, as real as again, I do not know anybody that is cheating, and there is no one that knows that I had cheated besides Solidify. I mean, like, there is no. I mean, I didn't tell anybody because obviously it's. I mean, if he had told other people, that's on him. I'm pretty sure he did because I had heard that he was spreading some stuff around about me, and But I had not told anybody that I had cheated, and I don't know anyone that is cheating currently or previously.
So I guess like why did your friend start recording that now, and why did you feel like you should tell him that story now rather than like at the time you started cheating or like anything like that? Because it's kind of hard to buy. You're saying that only he knew, but then you were in Discord with your friend telling him the story and all that kind of stuff. Like, was that just like you were drunk, like you said, or was that or like why now?
By the way, that was recorded months ago.
That was months ago.
Yeah, that was in my old apartment. I had moved.
So that wasn't like last night.
No, that was like probably. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn, he's just been holding on to that one.
So he also knew that you were cheating for that long too.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I'm not throwing any shade on him. He did what he's supposed to do. But I'm pretty sure he's been holding on to that for about 2 to 3 months.
And is there just I don't know if it matters or not, but just for my curiosity, is there a reason why all of a sudden you think that he put that out today, or
sorry?
Oh, Vap just said that he thinks, or Vap just said that Vap made him post it.
Oh, well, I mean, if they did that, then I mean that is. I mean, I guess they did. I don't know. We were just playing Warzone Ranked today. We've been playing Warzone Ranked for the past week. I mean, I maybe because I've left the game because the vibes weren't so good. I told him. I don't know. I've not purposely disrespected the guy that posted it or hurt him in any type of way. So I mean, he posted that out of his own goodwill.
But also, he still knew that you were cheating for months. So.
I mean, yeah, he had that information for about a while. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know because I fucking thought that this was last night. Well, I mean, like I said, Cyrus, if you feel like if you say there's nobody else that you know, just if in my opinion, obviously you are. I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna take whatever you say and obviously take it with a grain of salt. But if you say that, but just for anybody here in the chat or anybody watching, like if people know that people are hacking and shit and you guys know and aren't saying shit, you're just as guilty, bro. And if you like, I think you're gonna get exposed regardless. It might, who knows, with Ricochet and all that shit, it might take a lot longer, right? But like we're trying to, like, Warzone is legitimately trying to be an esport, and we're finally taking steps to have something nice. And the community complains so much about like, oh, we want to be taken serious, but then half of the people who fucking cheat and don't say nothing. Like, it's bullshit to me. So obviously that's not to you, Cyrus. I know, like I said, I from what I'm getting in the DMs and from what I'm hearing, you're a good guy. But unfortunately, you made a dumb mistake, and mistakes have consequences, and it is what it is. Now you deal with the repercussions of your actions, right? Again, do I think you should be getting death threats and all this shit? No, like, right? But you know, whatever comes from this, know that, you know, it's the grave that you dug. You know what I'm saying? So I hope. How old are you, Cyrus?
Just 17. I just turned 17.
So you just turned 17. Man, just speaking to you as not as like just as a human to human, bro. Let this be a life lesson. If it is true, like, again, I'm not gonna sit here and say that that what you said about Solidify is true, but if that is true, let this be known that you are who you hang around with, and that goes for everybody in the chat. Just be careful who you surround yourself with. You're 17, you're gonna make mistakes, and I hope you take this as a learning lesson and move on. You know, I don't know what the future means for Warzone or what it means for gaming, right? I don't know, but I hope you know that you are ready to deal with the consequences, right? No,
100%. I mean, like, sorry to interrupt you, but like, you know, I'm definitely. I mean, obviously, I wasn't expecting to ever be exposed, but I mean, here you are, and I'm definitely I definitely already know the consequences. I mean, regardless, I mean, regardless, I'm still going to, you know, I'm still going to do me. I'm still going to play Warzone. I mean, like, yeah, I get my reputation is probably blown out the window for a very, very, very long time, but it's not going to change the fact of who I am and how passionate I am when it comes to gaming. And I just want to know that, like, no matter how many people want to talk and send me dumb messages and say blah blah blah, like, it ain't going to change. You know, like, I'm still gonna still be the same good person I was,
Yeah.
But also, I kind of also see it as you saying that you're taking full responsibility. Like,
Yes.
that's great. But I feel like if you're saying you should take full responsibility, you should pay back the people that you cheated against and robbed for money. I feel like if you're saying taking full responsibility, even if times are hard, if that's you and you said you can't have a job, which I don't understand that, but you going to get a job or doing something to then, that would be, in my opinion, taking full responsibility, would be paying back every single person that you cheated against. That's how to get your credibility back as a person, as a man, being like, yo, I screwed up. Here's how I fixed it. I paid back every single person.
Okay, yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you, and that is something that I've been brought to my attention. I've already thought about. I mean, I'm currently looking anyways for jobs right now. And if I actually do get a job, which I hope I do, because that was the goal. Then I definitely will, because the people that I robbed were good people, and they always were good to me. Such as I'm gonna throw a little name like Omid Otter, Omid Brex. Those people, they've always been good people, and there's more to it. So I mean, if I'm able to get a consistent cash flow income via job, then yes, I will definitely take full credibility and pay those people back once I get the chance. Well, as fast as I can. Yeah.
Good.
Cool. Well, I mean, I don't think
yeah.
there's, I mean, unless you guys have anything, I don't think there's, and obviously Solidify's not here to speak on that. And I don't want to turn this into a he said, she said thing. And there's no, like, you said what you needed to say as far as like the Solidify thing. Is there anything else, or anybody here, that anything else, any last questions or statements?
I mean, I just want to probably just say, a lot of people should just watch who they hang around. I mean, I've had a lot of experience already since Caldera. Like, just around people, like a lot of people are not your friend. A lot of people will just use you till they get a certain spot into the scene or whatever. And I made a lot of mistakes doing that, and that's a mistake that cost me my reputation right now. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much my message. Just be aware of who's in your circle, and be aware of who you let your how do I say? Be aware of who you tell your plan to.
Boys, anybody else have anything to say?
No, appreciate you coming on, Cyrus, and being real. Take care of yourself. Everything's gonna be fine. But we'll, obviously probably won't see you in the Warzone scene for a while.
Yeah, and that is okay. That is the consequence. So thank you for having me on. Thank you for letting me be able to speak the truth, speak my truth. I'll be able to publicly let people know that I am, deeply sorry for what I've done, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.
Okay. Same.
All right, cool.
Goodbye.
All right, later, man.
Later.
All right, well, boys, change your fucking plans. Solidify just said link me cord. So
So he'll be jumping over here.
yeah.
Do you want to debrief on this first, or you just want to jump straight in with him? I'm down
go
for
ahead.
either.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm
Debrief.
saying just us in general.
Yeah. We can debrief real quick before I'm gonna send him the Discord. So if you guys want to talk, go ahead. Yeah. Let me.
I mean, Joe, how are you feeling, bro? I look, because
I'm just. I mean, I played against him, so like I'm
That's
just
what I'm
annoyed.
saying.
But also like I will say though, it takes a lot to be 16 and 17 and be like, yo, I screwed up. Like straight up, I screwed up. Like again, is he saying that because he got caught? Probably.
Well, that's what it comes down to always. It's always like you're sorry you actually got caught. I mean, it's really hard to genuinely say you're sorry, because if you're really sorry, you would have came out. Even though that's the hardest shit to do, he would have came out on his own months ago if he hasn't cheated since December 16th. Like, you know what? I fucked up. I cheated you out of money. I'm going to pay you back when I get the money. Like, come out with it. It is what it is. That would have been infinitely harder. If this guy doesn't rat him out with this video that's months old, literally, he's not going to come out and say, oh, yeah, if I can, sorry you got caught. That's just how it is.
Also, it is weird. I thought, just like Hector and probably all of us here, thought this video was recorded last night.
Yeah.
That friend is just as weird for knowing and playing with them for
holding
months,
on
bro.
to it. Like blackmail, bro.
Yes.
Not even telling him, hey, I got this secret video of you, dog.
Dude,
You better do
really,
what I
like-
want now. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's kind of crazy to have that for 2
Yeah.
months and
And
like.
I just posted 2 months ago. Like, he's like, you know what,
That's-
board? Fuck it,
That
let's do it.
dude's wild.
Like, what
That's
the hell?
just as weird. But also, I just feel like I don't know, man. I understand taking full accountability. In my opinion, like I said, the way to take responsibility, you pay the people back that you robbed, bro. Like that's
Yeah,
responsibility.
Well, and I think my problem is I'm sitting here with a split brain. It's like, obviously this kid made mistakes and he knows it now, or maybe he did and wasn't going to admit to it. Had honestly kind of a hard story, a sad story, which is fair and totally justified. I think there's a lot of people that can probably identify with what he was saying of like, man, I've been in really bad spots and sometimes I'm willing to do whatever it takes to keep moving. Doesn't make what he did right. And I'm such a big Warzone head and want Warzone competitive to go so far that I'm split brain. I'm like, I feel for you, kid, but at the same time, like, we got to get every single person like you out of the scene ASAP, because otherwise, there is no future for Warzone in a competitive standpoint ever. Yeah. Especially when you've got people cheating for a long time and their main account's not even getting banned.
That's
crazy.
Wild.
That was what he said. He cheated. I don't know how many over the course of how many months. He also said he cheated in Warzone 2, right? Like,
right.
Bro,
that's crazy.
I asked him to DM me the cheat provider. I think he will. I've already had 3 or 4 people already DM me what it is, and apparently it's something that isn't detectable by Ricochet from most people's perspective. So like, obviously we can send that over to whoever's in charge to see if they can do something about it, but like, they're not, that's not the only provider that can probably avoid things. And it's a learning system too. It's like, hey, it's going to take a while for it to catch up, and then once it finally does catch on to a process, it fixes it. That's why cheating got better for a really long time, and then it came back for a little while, and then it got bad again. Like, I mean, it's just always going to be cycles.
It's always the cycles. But what I will say is, since this is fresh information, and obviously this was months ago, I'm sure there's going to be people that played against him like Joe, and they're going to look back at their little ledger and be like, yep, this guy fucked me out of $400 or whatever, and they'll get real numbers on the timeline, I think, in the next couple days. Like, obviously this is fresh.
It's hard to buy. I'm pretty sure you said like under $1,000. So here's the thing, right? Again, maybe I'm wrong. Is him saying that he needed money to live, I guess. If he was cheating for 8 months, $1,000 or however long, I mean, I'm assuming it's way longer than 8 months. If it was Caldera and then also Warzone 2, $1,000.
Well, it sounded like September, right? September so it was
through
like for 3
December,
months.
I think. Yeah, but then he also said he was cheating in Warzone 2. So September through December, I think, of Caldera. Yeah, that's what I'm understanding correctly. And then nobody has said how long he was cheating.
November 16th is when, so it was already out for a month on Warzone 2.
But I think aren't those dates Caldera, or those dates like 2022?
Well, 2022 is Caldera and into Al Mazrah.
Oh, you're saying like the end of Caldera, like beginning of...
Yeah, because it went through the 16th, which was a season 1.5 update. Because the game dropped on November 16th. 1 month later, we got the midseason.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if he's been cheating all that time, I just don't see how the $1,000 he claims, that doesn't pay. That maybe pays for his internet and a cut. Like, that's not.
He also said he had 5,000 earnings, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much of that was cheating time. Like, I'd have to go back and look through the dates. I mean, there's a lot of big question marks there, but I agree. Like, obviously he didn't earn it. Look, I had people DMing me saying like, I beat them all the time while he was cheating, right? So like, it is what it is. Like, cheats are not going to make everybody the best player in the game, and especially walls. Like, being able to take that information that it's giving you and being able to read that, like, not everybody has that skill. And I think he's a solid player for the most part because he can compete when he's not cheating. But like, obviously, it didn't help him that much.
Yeah. I mean, well, all right. Let's hear. Solidify is here in the call. Let's bring him on and let's see what he has to say. I'm dragging this. Hello.
Yo,
Solidify. Oh my God, I was not expecting your voice to sound like that. Was good, bro.
Oh, good, buddy. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good, bro. So just to bring you on, man, I wanted to, I DM'd you the same thing, and I'll say it here, is I wanted to give you the opportunity, right? I never want it to always be one person gives their side of the story while one person doesn't get a say. I always want it to be a neutral, fair thing. So, man, I kind of just want you to say whatever you need to say, man. And I kind of want to hear, obviously, he came on, you heard everything. He denied what you said.
Everything,
and so go ahead.
All right, so let me clear something up really quick. Everyone saying that I played with him knowing he was cheating, that is absolutely false. There was 2 red flags where I had assumptions. So at the end of Caldera, me and Cyrus, we played against Almighty TJ and was it Jerky? We played them in like some little $25 wager, right? And they had asked Cyrus to monitor cam. And there was a lot of guys in this court. They can all attest to this. It was me, Vap, Awoba, Density, Valid Hands, Unveiled, Clink Slays, and a few others. So anyways, we're in Discord, right? We're getting ready to play. TJ and Jerky are in the call. They're like, yo, Cyrus, can you just can you close your game and just money, or can you money cam? That's what they had asked for, right? And he's on a single monitor, so I don't think there's any way you can, you know, I'm not too groovy with that shit. Aside from everything that's been said, I don't know fuck all about cheats. But anyways, he to monitor cam, he had to close his game, right? So any of us that compete, you know, that's kind of a red flag, right? So anyways, we fast forward to that, we get absolutely mollywopped. And no offense to TJ and Jerky, I would just never imagine myself losing to them, but we did, you know. So that's where we had red flag number 1, right?
Wait, as soon as he monitored cam is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. It was just, we got fucking smoked. Like, and those are just players you shouldn't be losing to. And his whole body language, even Vap is in the chat. I know Vap's mad at me and he has his own opinion right now. Vap will attest when Cyrus got asked to money cam, he had to close his game, right? Now, JoeWo, you guys all play competitive COD. If you ask someone to money cam and they have to close their game to monitor cam, there's going to be a red flag there, right?
Yeah, that's where
100%, right? But at this time, right? I also want to say this: me and Cyrus were never playing a lot. We were never a duo. It was more of I would play with him if I felt bad because he was always in our cords asking for good people to play with, and we'd all not want to play because the people he's wanting to play against were very good players, right? And you just didn't feel comfortable with your money, you know, playing with him. So there was times, which this is one of the times, where I gave in and would play the child with him, right? It was never a whole duo-ship. Get that out the window real fucking quick. I was never gaming with him 24/7. We were never looking for childs. None of that. And on top of that, I never even knew 100% that he cheated. I had an opinion on it, right? Me and Unveiled played Claptic and Cyrus, right? This is January of Mazra. This is this game, not Caldera. I had no knowledge of him cheating, not one fucking bit. We played them in January. It was Claptic and Cyrus versus me and Unveiled, and it was it was Clink and Cyrus. Clink and Cyrus versus me and Unveiled, and it was a 25+ tournament and one player under 25. It was a miss know-it-all. And we played them, and Cyrus literally dropped double me and Unveiled's kills, right? So then we start thinking, okay, he's sus. And this is where me and his fallout happened, by the way. It happened because I thought he was cheating, so when I lost to him back-to-back days, I was tweeting out a red box gif, pissed as fuck, mad as fuck. But as you guys know in this community, you can accuse somebody, etc., etc. Nothing's ever going to get done, so I just, you know, I held my peace. I moved on from it. Now let me backtrack to this real quick. He said that I paid him for the cheats. The only conversation me and him ever had about cheating, he was down bad, and this was the end of Caldera, which I had no idea he was cheating in Caldera at all, because the childs that we were playing, we were fucking losing. How the fuck are we going down money? First of all, just want to point that out, by the way. The only time cheating was ever mentioned, let me get back to this. He was down bad one night. He's a 16-year-old kid, right? I made a comment saying, why don't you just hack? Because in my eyes, a lot of people do cheat. He's correct about that, you know? I genuinely do think there's a lot of cheesy scumbags in the scene who cheat. I made a comment saying, why don't you just hack? Because he was already down money at this point. This wasn't me peer pressuring him. It was a simple question. And I was kind of throwing it off as a troll site. Anyone who knows me that's in your stream, whatever, they will know that I'm very annoyed at playing the game. I'm very annoyed at getting hacked on. It was just a blind comment that I made, just, you know, whatever. I guess he took it seriously. And now I would love, just want to say this real quick. I would absolutely love for there to be any proof of this. Because if I'm in Discords with him, if me and him are sharing each other on Snapchat, Twitter, there has to be some proof. I had no idea that he was cheating. The kid was hacking against me, literally hacking against me.
So, okay, here's my question to this, right? Is, okay, why do you think he decided to kind of put the blame on you, right? One, and then two, whenever he's stating and he's saying that you begged him, that you told him multiple times, like, yo, so are you saying that the only time you ever mentioned anything was one time and you said, well, why don't you cheat? Or was it like an ongoing quote unquote joke?
No, it was never an ongoing joke. I had made a comment because he owed money. Yeah, he had a pretty outstanding debt at the time. It was some words of like $600-700, and I made a comment saying, why doesn't he cheat just to try to make his money back and then pay it back? He brushed it off. Nothing even came from that conversation. There was no him just rushing to go do it or whatever. Literally nothing came from that conversation. And now he's claiming a lot of these things. I'm just asking, like, there has to be some type of proof here. There has to be.
So I think the big question that a lot of people were asking was, okay, you sent him money to help out with some of his debts. Why did you send him $31.66 exactly, which is, I think, what the cheat cost?
Yeah, no knowledge on that, why he wanted that, but there's multiple times where I paid his wager losses.
So
As he said,
you would pay to the cent number.
Yes, and Clink can attest to this. I don't know what he needed the money for. He didn't tell me. He would say it's a wager loss or whatever. Clink Slays, you guys can go get his opinion on this too. He would ask all of us to pay his wager losses. 90% of the time when he was playing at the end of Caldera, he didn't have the money to pay his losses.
Sure, totally understand that. I've helped the boys out before a time or two, but do you usually send like to the cent? Like
no, it's usually like 25, 50 or something like that. That's more of like a more wager, common number. But
yeah, right.
That's what he asked to do. But can I ask you guys this question real quick? If I'm gonna pay for this kid to cheat, why wouldn't I play with him? Because you guys are making it seem, or at least he's making it seem like me and him were the duo. Bro, we played 4 wagers together in the span of Caldera to Mazra. I played 1 wager with him in Al Mazra, and it was against Vap and Jesus.
So I guess if you knew he was cheating,
yeah, did you know he was cheating?
That's you playing against him
I
after
knew he
you
was
knew.
cheating. And no, it wasn't after. I got the idea that he was like we already had a suspicion because of the whole monitor cam thing when he had to close his game. I knew he was cheating after me and Unveiled played him in Clink Slays, and he dropped 35, 37, and 33 on me in a tournament.
But
that's when I tweeted out the GIF.
But did you know for a fact he was cheating? Because
no, it was an assumption. No, it was, to be fair, yeah, it was an assumption. My bad. It was an assumption.
So if you knew that okay, so say, I guess the counter to that is if you knew he was cheating and then you played against him, that would confirm that you didn't know he was cheating. You just assumed. Because if you played against him and you knew he was cheating, then that would just be stupid. Obviously, duh.
Why would I want to get robbed?
Exactly. So if you can like show proof that you played against him during the time that people are saying that you knew, then you would be like, why would I play against him if I knew he was cheating?
Okay, so the last 2 times I played him, it was in back-to-back days. Sammy had a 25-plus tournament where it was 1 25-plus player and 1 player below. I played him in that tournament when he was with Clink Slays. It was me and Veiled. And then the very next day, I played him in a CMG Gladiator, right? It was him, Claptic versus me and Veiled, and the same thing was done again. That's back-to-back days. And then I took the break and played Apex right after that. I didn't play it. Just came back to COD maybe a month ago.
So here's a quick question. Just so I'm trying again solidify you being on here. First of all, it takes balls. I'm just gonna go into it out there. We're not here to crucify you. We're not here to we're just here to clear things up, right? So the reason why I say that is because like on your tweet that you tweeted out, you said the only mistake that you did was knowing that he was hacking and not doing anything before that.
That was in January. So right after that tournament, I quit. Right, went back to Apex. Started doing my thing, but there was a conversation where after those tournaments, I fully believed he was cheating. I would say it a lot in chords with my homies, like Unveiled. A lot of people can attest to this too. I really thought he was cheating. I had messaged Sammy a month after. This is when I was playing Apex. I wasn't even on COD. I had messaged her literally in February. I think it was February 10th. I still have the DM saying that Cyrus is literally 1 PC check away from getting caught. And nothing happened from that. She didn't PC check him. He's never PC checked since. Like, I'll admit, I had an assumption and maybe I should have went more crazy with it, but I did DM Sammy.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I don't think if you are assuming, because things can quickly escalate to, I think this guy's cheating. Then you turn into a bad boy B-man, right? Then you turn into a fucking call of shame. Obviously, nobody wants another one of those, right? But so
he's
what
also
I'm asking,
friends with all my homies too. It would really cause a disruption in the circle, I don't want to be that guy, bro.
What all I'm trying to say is did you for sure know he was cheating, or for sure no? Because
I assumed because the skill difference. The skill difference was insane.
So that's my question is, so everything, forget about assuming, right? You didn't know for a fact, and I know Knight's here in the chat telling me that you vouched 5 months ago. You told him.
Yeah, Knight's here. I that was the night I accused him. Literally, when I lost. Literally, it was Kunj Knight in the Discord.
So just so so we can get a general understanding. He's saying, obviously, Cyrus is saying that you told him multiple times you should cheat. That you paid for his hack, so you obviously had to know. So this entire time, you're saying you did not know for a fact until probably this video was shared, correct?
No, I had the assumption that he was, but there wasn't concrete evidence. Yeah, there wasn't concrete evidence.
Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that, guys, for everybody watching, is because it obviously, if Solidify paid for the hacks, then he would know.
Why
for
wouldn't I run it up with him, bro? If I'm paying for someone to cheat, why wouldn't I just play with him? Like, I despise playing with him because I could play with better players. If I'm gonna pay for someone to cheat, why would I not just run up a fucking bag?
Did you like play with him like outside of obviously not tourneys because we would have seen that, but like did you play with him like wagers and like kill bets and stuff? Like, I just had a lot of people.
There was one kill bet.
Okay,
it was it was me and Veiled, Pullze, and Cyrus. Rafi gave us what was the number? You'd have to ask Rafi. It was a pretty high number though. But we did the kill bet, and Rafi had asked for Cyrus to monitor cam, right?
Well, I have no idea,
big deal at that point. No, but Rafi can attest to that too. If he's in the chat, he'll attest to that. It was a kill bet. It was me, Pullze, and Veiled, and Cyrus. It was a pretty high number. But his one thing was he wanted all of us to monitor cam and Cyrus to monitor cam as well. But Cyrus only had one monitor. It wasn't a big deal. We played the first map. Again, he gave us a pretty high number. We barely beat it, but Cyrus dropped 6 kills first map. Like he didn't play good pretty much that whole series. I still have the screenshots on my Twitter from those kill bets actually. But it wasn't because of Cyrus, and he was also monitor camming too. That's the 2 times I played with him in Mazur. It was the kill bet when Rafi gave it to us, and I played Jesus and Vap with him.
Gotcha.
Okay. I kind of understand. It's just kind of painting the picture to me, right? At the end of the day, chat, everybody's going to decide what they want to decide. We're not here to fucking give a verdict and shit. This ain't, Jerry Springer, right? But I guess it's on one end, he's saying that you bought him the cheats, you kind of forced him to, and then you guys played together so you could make money, he could pay off his debt. And then you're saying, bro, like I did give him money to pay off his debt, but not for cheats.
It was
you gave him money. Yeah, you paid off his money.
It wasn't just me, it was a few others too.
Okay, and so I guess the crazy thing is, I don't know who's lying or who's not, right? But the crazy thing to me is, if you are telling the truth, which I did the same thing the same thing I'm about to say for you is the same thing that I said to Cyrus. If you are correct, I told him to say that if what Cyrus is saying is correct, it's kind of crazy. So same thing to you. If Cyrus came up with this huge, lie saying that you did all this just so he looks a little bit better for cheating, that's kind of insane to me, right? So I'm trying to let you guys kind of have your say, but yeah,
I haven't even spoke to him prior to. I still haven't spoke to him now, but I haven't spoke to him prior to this since I had that big. I was mad when I lost to him the one day. I thought he was cheating. I felt like I was getting finessed by a homie. I had tweeted a red box gift, right? I haven't really talked to him since that. We had a little falling out. We didn't really talk much. I don't know what the motive for this would be. I truthfully don't. I wish I could fucking tell you. I wish, bro. I fucking wish. At one point, I really did fuck with this kid. He's a part of our circle. He was a good kid at the time. We all were, we were really fond having him around. He was a very good kid. We had a falling out. Nothing was said past that. I just thought he was cheating. I thought he was cheating versus me, so, it got me upset. I haven't really spoke to him since then, this today. There's just so many questions. Like, 1, where's the proof? 2, if I'm paying for someone to cheat, why would I not grind? Like, if you're going to think I'm that big of a scumbag where I'm going to do that, why would I not run up a bag with that said person? But yet, that person's playing against me more than I'm playing. How does that make any sense?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm letting you talk.
That's bad for my own wallet. Like, why the fuck would I want someone? Like, that's insane.
So, yeah. Boys, and what do you guys think? I don't want to take too much of the...
Nah, the only weird part for me is just the money, which obviously, I mean, if you're looking at the chat, everybody's spamming it. Like I just look, if my homie needs 3166, I'm sending him 32 or 35 or 30 or what. Like I don't know, man. That's just weird to me. If that's what you do though, to like
100%
fully cover, maybe it's because he needed to pay out of the PayPal. I don't know. I'm not trying to give you an excuse, but
in that situation, because I know sometimes on PayPal you could do a request. Was it one of these things where he said, hey, can you send me this? Or is it he sent a request and you just said accept or whatever, send?
No, I just sent. He asked for that. He must have just asked for that amount. He never requested money once.
So you would have had to manually type in a weird ass number.
Yeah.
So either way, that comes off like to me weird as well. It's because it is such a weird number. Like you said, if you're doing wagers, it's going to be $35, $40.
There's other transactions 50. There that aren't that.
Yeah.
Like, we've paid his wager losses before, whether it's 20, 25, probably a 50 in there too. Like, I didn't do it for the cheats. I thought I was helping somebody out that needed it.
Yeah, I can't see the guy's PayPal info. You know, I'm just looking at a picture. You know what I mean? That's all I see. So I got no idea.
Okay. Yeah, this is honestly, this is crazy. This is it's so many he said, she said type deal, and I don't want it to turn into, because we can be here all day talking about this, and you know, yeah, I don't know what, right? I think Signify, you gave your statement. You said what you wanted to say.
Yeah, I think I addressed everything for the most part. I mean, dude, there's a lot of crazy stuff here. There's got to be something here, you know? If I'm doing all of this, there has to be something. Proof, a receipt, something. There has to be something.
I mean,
I'm just curious.
I mean, I guess. Oh, sorry.
Did you, for example, that whole everybody spamming 3166? Is that like? Did you send 3166 exactly, or was that like, yo, send me $32 and then like PayPal's business expense took off 44?
It might have been that. Honestly, I don't remember.
I'm just trying to wrap my head.
Honest, but what I do know is he didn't request it. It's not like he requested that exact amount. He must have just said, yo, I need this, and that's it.
The thing you could do is just show all the times you have literally sent him anything. Like, I'm assuming he probably hasn't changed either his account or anything. You could just show that and just screenshot that. I mean, I feel like that. And I guess if there's not like proof that like y'all were grinding like every single day, then
honestly, got 4 wagers total, and we lost 3 of them, I'm pretty sure.
Cool. I don't have anything else. I mean, I have no idea what the right answer is, but I appreciate you coming on. And
I mean, I honestly wasn't going to come on because this is drama.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I got you.
I mean, no. I'm gonna say this, Solidify. I appreciate you coming on. I always tell people like all the time, even last week with the whole scumming situation. With this, we have this platform, and we don't like anybody getting shit twisted. And you say your piece.
Yeah,
you know, Cypress says, or Cyrus says his piece, and you know, whatever people want to decide is what people want to decide. And you know, I mean, I feel like you said everything you needed to say. He said everything he needed to say. And I mean, if there's anything,
I would say too, like, if to kind of show, like, I guess you could say, like, your like side of the story, if you do show like all the times you've paid him, I think if there's other things in there that are for waiters and stuff, it would be higher than that number or lower. But I would say if you do plan on showing proof, I would maybe, like, I don't know if there's addresses in there. I don't want anybody to get like doxed or anything. I would blur out like 100%. Maybe some of the email or something. But if that's his email, I would say showing all the times you paid him or all the times your friends have paid him or whoever has paid him, that's good proof, I would say.
Yeah, look, man,
who do you want me to send this to? I'm gonna screenshot this to all you guys.
I would post. I don't know if it's for us. I think it's for you. I would post it on your socials. I
can do that later. I'm not really for the drama. Who can I send to in this quarter? Like, do you guys want me to put it in the group chat?
Whoever. Don't matter. You can put it there. You can send it to me. Whatever you want, man.
I'll put it in general. I'll just leave it after the calls then.
Cool. Okay. All I was gonna say was just like, hey, I have no idea what type of a person you are. Do your thing, but you've had a come up recently, from what I can tell, at least, just from the sidelines of customs from Al Mazrah. Like, you've got a good thing going for you. If you want to keep trucking, do it. Prove Cyrus totally wrong. Just post as much as you possibly can. Pull the mutex strap, man. Just, I mean, everything you could possibly do to prove that you're.
I got nothing to hide. If you want DMs, literally nothing to hide.
And these are all toward every single one of these is to him.
That's the whole payment. Yeah, it's the whole payments.
I mean, I don't want to show this. I mean, I don't know if there's anything in here, but just so everybody in the chat can see, it's literally a bunch of transactions. Like
the 50 and the 100 are his wager losses, literally.
Yeah, chat.
That's us helping out his, like, that he went down bad. That's us helping out. It wasn't even just me. It was multiple people doing it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of transactions here. I'm talking like 15 plus. I'm gonna throw it out there: $53.22, $18.96, $12.65, $33.76, $102.09. So yeah,
the $12 ones are CMG deposits, by the way, too.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Boys, I don't think there's anything else that anybody else. Is there anything else that anybody here wants to say? because I think everybody kind of had their piece. But let me know.
I'm good.
Joe, anything? JGOD, you fine?
I just during the time. So just so and I guess it could just be during the times that he was down bad. I don't know. That's maybe the time he started cheating. But I was thinking it's kind of weird during the times that he was sending him money was the times that he was saying that he was cheating, like in November, October, December, like all those times were times. But also that could just be because he is trying to play Chalice and he's losing. So I don't know. But
which he was very frequently, and it wasn't with me. That's what I'm trying to point out. Everyone's making it seem like I grinded with him. There is 4 matches that I played with him, guys. There's 4. 3 in Caldera, and there was 1 in Mazar where it was a 2v2, and I played well, you say technically 5 because of the kill that we played that Rafi gave us. That's it. Like, I'm literally down money in that whole 5-game spread too. I'm down money in that, literally.
All right.
Yeah.
We were never a duo. He would come into chords asking a lot of us to play. He'd ask Angel, a lot of these guys. Most of us would say no most of the time because he's asking to play Chalice that we thought were just not fair in our favor, you know? Just to be honest, we just thought it wasn't fair in our favor. But there was times when he would say ones that I would be like, okay, like I think we can win that. Let's play that, you know? Because I'd be confident in it. That's literally it. That's it.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming on. I think again, you said what you needed to say. Cyrus said whatever you needed to say, and at the end of the day, chat and everybody here is gonna make their own assumptions on what they believe. But we wanted to just give you guys the platform to say your guys' piece and move on from this. I mean, I think we can all agree hackers fucking suck. And again, I don't know if you had solidified, you knew any knowledge of this, but if you did, that fucking sucks. But regardless, I think this should be a learning experience for both of y'all moving forward. But again, I'm nobody's dad. I'm just speaking fucking straight off the dome. So
no, 100%. I know this whole call isn't going to resolve everything. Whatever's been done's been done. But for at least the important people in the scene that like the opinions that I don't want tarnished, like that's the only reason I came on.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything
Clear
else
name,
is said
man.
and done. That's fine. Yeah, it's said and done.
All right. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
All right, you have a good one, bro. Jesus Christ. Boys. Hey, I don't know. Boys, what's your...
I mean, I guess the thing that cleared up my part of it was that even if the price of the cheats was half, or that like all of the payments that is in Cord is like random numbers. So like, but it is weird to me that the random numbers were during the time he was sending money was the time that he was saying he was cheating. So, but again, if he is true about saying that there was only 4 times they played and he was playing against him, if he knew he was cheating,
and he's down money, it is kind of odd. It's
like
so weird.
Yeah, like if he knows, if you know somebody's cheating, you're not gonna play against them. Like, you're an idiot. Like, so I don't even know. But
there's a lot of, I'm getting boys. When I say I'm getting a lot of DMs on people playing both sides, like of legitimate people who like, it's kind of crazy. But listen, bro. Listen. Regardless, let's play Cyrus's side, right? If Solidify actually did do all this and Cyrus is being honest, that is insane to me, right? Like, you know, for a quick buck that he would do that to Cyrus. Even then, at the end of the day, Cyrus is his own human. He can make his own decisions. At the end of the day, he's at fault for that, right? He's a kid. He's a kid. I hope he learns from it. He talked about it, you know, like I hope he learns from this, right? And then on the other hand, if Solidify is right and Cyrus made up this entire thing,
I mean, the stories are so different. He held my hands and guided me through to sign up for the
That's
cheats.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's all like, he just said, "Hey, bro, you're not that good. You should hack up," you know? And he's like, "You're right." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, that's the 2 stories, bro. Like,
from the first story, it
100%,
sounded like Cyrus was saying that like they were duos. Like that's that's how I thought about it. Was from the tweets and stuff. It seemed like they were duos. They were grinding together. That was and they played people. But if that's not true, then like why would you ever play against somebody if you know they're cheating? Like that's where it's just weird to me.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem logical. Yeah,
it
just
does
seems
seem
like somebody's passing the blame. Oh, sorry, good.
No, you're good. You're right. There's some deflecting both ways, and like, there's a lot you could break down in that. I mean, it did sound like they have a falling out at some point, right? So like, times anything past those PayPal numbers, those dates, is essentially when Cyrus said they had a falling out. And so those dates actually line up for when they would have been quote unquote friends or playing together more often. So it lines up in both potentially when he was cheating, but also when they were friends. Because Cyrus also said when we had the falling out, that's when I stopped cheating. So I don't know, man. There's a lot here. If I know we've all been caught in a situation at some point. I'm not a guy that loves to lie, and I hate people that lie. It grinds my gears. But everybody's been caught in a lie, and you try to deflect to make the blow not hit you as hard, right? You're like, yeah, I did it, but this, and this. Even if some of those things aren't even kind of true, like
or you get caught in a lie, try to like create a story around it, and then it gets so far with a story, you're like, yo, I have created this whole story. If I just said, yo, I'm lying, it's a story that goes so far down the road that you're like,
the part that throws it off is because in the context of that video, it was taken several months ago, and it was done anonymous. Like he didn't know he was being recorded. So and if he's under the influence, whatever the influence that is, he's probably being honest, bro.
So
it's kind of weird for like I couldn't imagine.
You know what? Let's just think about that.
Anonymously saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, all my boys cheat. Oh, no. That's not what happened. That's complete. I just made it up. Like, what?
That's true. I didn't actually.
So weird. It's so weird to me. It's so weird.
I just thought about it. I didn't really think about it like that. The video, you have to remember, if you're watching the video, you have to give it the context that he didn't know he was recording. So you're in a one-on-one call with your homie, me and Joe, and I'm whatever under the influence, I'm gonna just say whatever thinking that there's no eyes on me. I guess
I didn't think about it like that too.
You're right. There's really no, why would you lie to or somebody that you who you thought was your homie or is your homie?
If you trusted, you're trusting.
Yeah.
Well, we have no context of that conversation. Was that guy like, yo, I heard you were cheating, come clean? And so he's doing the same thing where he's coming clean, but he's still deflecting, Well, let's be total. Get this guy, what's this guy's, I don't even, Ripper, get this guy out of here. He's known about him cheating for months. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, recording private convos, bro, that's weird.
You're
recording and then holding on to the private convos like, Hector, I know you use a Cronus. I heard that months ago. I got proof. Give me 3166, buddy. What the? That's weird, bro.
The video's all over Twitter.
Also, I don't know how truthful it is, but somebody said in the chat that he only played against him in a tournament and not a wager. So technically, in a tournament, you don't choose your opponent. But in a wager, you 100% do.
Yeah, they said that.
Obviously, there could be more context.
They said that it was a switcheroo. There's a bunch of listen. I don't want to try to
But also, say it's a 2v2 tournament, right? And you played against him. Bro, if I know somebody's cheating, they're on my team. They're on my, why would you not play with them then? If it's a 2v2, I'm like, yo, play with me. So even if they played in a tournament against each other, I'd be like, weird. I want to be on his team.
No, but it'd be different. It depends on who's his opponent, because what ends up happening is people, there's obviously clout farming. If I get the opportunity to play with JoeWo or somebody I haven't seen, nobody knows of, I'm going to choose JoeWo if he needs that partner, right? If he's saying he's down. So there's sometimes business decisions that are made, even if I know that the other guy is cheating. So I could see that perspective as well.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of here.
Well, that was a fucking listen, all this to say, and the reason why we're even talking about it is because at the end of the day, bro, I think everybody in this call wants World Series of Warzone to actually succeed and be an esport. I hope, and I genuinely hope that this year is just the start of the World Series of Warzone, and we have, next year we have multiple LANs, not just one LAN, and it becomes an actual league or an actual events happening every 2 or 3 months, right? That is the goal one day, and it all starts by making sure that we have as much credibility in the scene as possible. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I don't know what the future holds. If this guy was cheating for a whole half a year and some change, back and forth, on and off, and he's still on that same account.
That's what I was about to say. Talk about credibility, brother. How is Ricochet not caught that, bro? Hello, this guy was cheating. Red boxes, the whole shebang.
What's crazy is that in that video, he even mentioned like, oh, there's some other people that are cheating. Like he like briefly mentions that there's like a part 2 or something. I mean, I'm in like Netflix mode over here. I don't even know what's going on. But the guy posted like multiple, and he was like calling out other people potentially that are using the same provider. I got DMs from people saying this person's cheating, this person's cheating. They're using the same provider this guy is.
Yeah,
like, I mean, we're in the weeds, but
Yo, Gojj,
right.
I'm on to you now. I'm watching your account, buddy. Yo, Gojj from a 1 KD to a 7. Like, he's different. I don't know.
One KD
overnight.
I know, man. Not 1 to 5. 5 to a 10, bro. I don't know.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check this. Hold on. Where's Where's the tweet that says where's the tweet with the screenshots?
Dude, I thought he was checking my KD. But okay, also going off that for Gojj too. So in that thing, if he said like there's other people that he knows, he just said on the podcast, I don't know anybody else that's cheating. But like we said, if he's drunk just chatting like, yeah, JGOD cheats, shit, like, bro, if he knows other people, he should air it out, bro. Like if
this
you know
would be the time.
cheating,
It would be the time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because he told us he didn't know, but then if in that part 2 of the video, he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like this person also asked me for. I'm like, what? Like, huh?
Yeah.
And everybody's
obviously
tagging me in this.
And obviously, like, they haven't been banned because if he has the same cheats and hasn't been banned, they have the same ones and they also haven't been banned. So, like,
I think that shifty guy cheats, bro. That motherfucker is second. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yo, I'm gonna show this again. I don't know. It's not the exact number, but everybody's tagging me in this, and I feel like I should throw it out there. But remember that guy Shiesty, the one that he cheated and he
That sounds like a cheater name.
Yeah.
The fuck? Shiesty.
So he said. He said, this is the receipt from Phantom Overlay, same amount as what Solidify sent Cyrus. And it's $32.55. So it's not like exact, but it's $32. So again, I don't know. The numbers, I went back to the tweet, right? And it's 31.66. Obviously, I'm not going to see here and be like, oh, it's fucking,
It's euros.
So then that is here, 41. 41.23.
Yeah, so whatever the conversion was at that time.
Yeah.
There's no way to know.
I don't know. I just thought we would fucking. I'm getting tagged in like fucking 20 fucking
But
thousand
it's
times.
pretty close.
Yeah. So I don't know. Knight just donated $31.66, and he said for cheats. Thank you, Knight. I appreciate the donation, bro. You fucking BN. Oh man, bro. Holy. Listen, at the end of the day, man, chat, y'all gonna make you guys make your own opinions on what happened today and everything. And I don't know. This is.
I'm trying to go back on that tweet and see if in part 2 of that video, if he said.
I don't think he said any names.
Yeah, he didn't say names.
I didn't say.
But like, say he said like, "Yo, I know of other people," or like, "I know," because he just told us he didn't. But if in the video he's like, "I know other people," contradicts. It'd be like, "Yo, you said in the video you know other people. Who are they?" Like,
damn. I don't know, bro. Do you know what's crazy is we haven't even gotten to like we're at 1/3 of the podcast today. We haven't even talked about like the other shit.
We'll breeze through. We'll breeze through. We're good.
Fuck, man. So I don't know, man. Chat, you guys make your own opinions. Again, I'm gonna say this: don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Make your own, like, take the data, everything that you guys heard, and make your own thing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest. Me personally, if I'm speaking for me, like I don't know who's right or who's wrong. I genuinely don't. I have people DM me shit like of screenshots saying like of what is it, like validating Solidify stuff, and then I have people DM me stuff validating Cypress. I keep calling him Cypress, bro. Fucking Cyrus is shit. So I don't know. You guys make your own opinions. At the end of the day, don't fucking send death threats to any of these guys because nobody wants to fucking hear that. But people should be accountable for their actions, and whatever that comes with it, they need to be ready to accept that. So that's what I'm gonna say. That, and then somebody else, another person donated $31.66. God damn it, bro. Boys,
man, he should have paid that dude $72.36 or something. It would have been like,
yeah. We need a couple more of those.
And don't fucking cheat because you will get caught. Don't fucking cheat. But listen, let's move on to the next order of business. And boys, so the last podcast we talked about Huskers, Scummin, and Gary, and this all pertains to everything with the World Series of Warzone. And we talked about how they broke up. Pretty much, they broke up. There was some fucking crazy shit that was said, and they all just they decided to break up, right? I don't know if this is still there, but if you go to Scummin's, they have not. I don't think they've officially Scummin's in here. If you go to Scummin's, his stream right now, and you type in WSOW, it says there, and this is confirmed that it's not a troll, that they are required to play together for the World Series of Warzone. So, yeah. So,
but wait, before
good that they're practicing with Belk.
yeah, but
all I'm saying, listen, okay. It's not that I'm glad that they're playing together. I'm glad that they held up the rules, bro. Because if they were gonna bend a rule for somebody, I was not a fan of that, bro.
That's gonna be nuts.
That's gonna be wild.
Yeah. Listen, I said this the other day on stream. I'm mind blown too that this is happening. But I said this, I was like, they're either gonna play like fucking horrible and their chemistry is off, or now that like everything's pretty much put on the table and they're just like, you know what, that's it. You know how I feel about you, I know how you feel about me. Let's get the fucking job done, right? Like
job done is in. We're all cheating.
Though,
show me
Scummin's
PayPal receipts, bro. He's sending Huskers $51. No,
well, here's the problem. It's like if they win, or like not win, but place in the top portion, then basically they're committed for the next 4 months of playing together. And then if they lose, they're still kind of like committed, but like because they would go to the other bracket.
Yup.
And it's like committed.
Scummin just said he honestly thinks that he feels like they're gonna win now, that they'll do way better now that they kind of aired shit out.
Yeah, they got that.
Honestly, I agree.
I mean, say, bro, they all said all the stuff that they've been bottling up, and they're like, yo, if I'm them, I'll be like, yo, all of us said our piece. We all said what's good. We're past that. Let's be a team, and let's just get past that.
Even though,
all of them let it sing, bro. Even though
Scummin was fucking yodeling up in this bitch, bro. Oh my god,
he was.
Look, what's crazy to me is actually the opposite side of the coin, which means assumedly it's Clutchbelk. I'm just gonna say it is. Like Clutchbelk's got to play with Z and D still, and they were willing to give him up for whatever the swap was. I think there was a couple different swaps going around. So like this isn't just affecting their chemistry; it's going to be affecting everybody else's. And in all reality, it might hurt the other ones worse because they were like, yeah, let's get rid of this guy. Like we'll make the swap. Yeah, and now they can't.
Yeah, like no bullshit. Hey, I literally look inside scoop, bro. Go Clamp and Sage, we're gonna drop D for Scummin. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, y'all's faces are like, nah, y'all's faces are crazy. No, but like, no, okay. Do you think that not Diaz, but Destroys and Clutchbelk and Z's chemistry is gonna be off now? Like, or do you think? I don't know how that, like, you know.
I don't think so, because if they talked about it, then I would assume they all felt like maybe it was time. So I feel like if it wasn't like the Scummin situation where it was like beef and everybody got dropped and like all that, and like all of them came to an agreement of like, hey, let's just try this. Like, I don't think it'll be a problem.
They'll be fine. I mean, they play together quite a bit, with the exception of the where he couldn't participate in tournaments or whatever. But beyond that, I think they still played quite a bit. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I was blowing it a little bit out of proportion. I mean, I think they're a fantastic trio, and as long as they can find their groove in Al Mazrah, I think they'll do really well. And they're great people to each other for the most part. So I don't think there's a lot of bad blood there.
Okay. All right. Damn. That's all right. I'm glad.
So it kind of turned out how I said. Because remember I said, hey, what? They got that 200 IQ. Everyone's gonna start like.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna lie. There's so many people in the DMs, and just so for everybody watching, there was a lot of teams who they were like, "Oh, we can make adjustments." So many people, a lot of people got dropped, whether they said it out loud or not. They got
planned it.
People did get dropped and like scumbag, and then now that they found out that you're not allowed to do that, well, now they're forced to pick back up those players. Okay, I'm curious to this. Yes, I'm glad too, but I'm curious to this. What is the situation with roster lock starting stage 2? Because some people, top 25 teams in stage 1 finals automatically qualify for finals of stage 2, and then bottom 25 qualify for the semifinals of stage 2. How is that gonna work? Are people, because what if you let's say even you got top 25 in the stage 1 finals, but you're like, you know what, like this is a team that should win, not a top 25 team. Are people allowed to change their teams? I mean, Gojj, do you know, like, or what's the deal on that?
It's a great question. There is nothing in the rules that says it currently. Will they come out with a statement about that? Likely. I don't know anything or can say anything that other people don't know if you haven't read those rules. Those rules are very intensive, though. Like, if you go through the whole document, there's a lot in there that some people had missed before. But, you know, they have been very imperative, especially with their new Twitter account, to like be very transparent on all of these things. So if it's something that a question comes up down the road, they're going to address it for sure. I don't have the answer on that personally, though.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that's something that a lot of people are going to want to have, like, because I can see so many fucking teams literally dropping people if they don't place the way they expect to in stage 1. And if you're locked in from stage 1 to stage 2 finals, that's kind of crazy.
I don't think it'll be like that. But like I said, I am glad because we read the rules on stream that day, and it said before the end of the opener, like
advance notice.
Be, like, and I was like, dude, if they bend the rule for and I'm saying Huskers because it was his team. Yeah. I was gonna say that because then, dude, every rule after that is literally like open to interpretation. If you have viewers and a name, you can bend a rule. If you don't, then like you probably can't. Like, I'm glad they held that rule. Because if not, I feel like that was going to be a nightmare.
Okay. All right, boys. So let's move on to the last order of business. And speaking of everything, right? We kind of went reverse, but World Series of Warzone dates got announced. So next week on Wednesday and Thursday, correct me if I'm wrong, is the semifinals for stage 1. That is December. What the fuck? May 31st and June 1st, correct? May 31st. Right. Is NA, and then June 1st is EU. So, boys, what y'all think about that? We're going to be doing some watch parties up in here. I'll be watching that. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited. Are the servers ready? I don't know, but at this point, do they cancel if...
There's no way.
They can't do it now, right? Like, this has been the big question mark the whole time on the Twitter timeline, has been like, hey, if the dates aren't being announced, because there was ranked kind of got everybody into like this heavenly la mode for a minute, and all of a sudden Swag and Ebates and some other people are tweeting, they're like, yo, hey, this $1.2 million tournament still hasn't been announced. What the heck is going on, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, like, they have been waiting until they knew that it could support it. So seemingly they've had some tests. I know I was taking a look at the Discord earlier, and they had done some like $1,000 tourneys to try to get some reps in with some higher level players at 150. And seemingly it worked. Now, I know there's some other people that are going to try to do some more customs. I don't know how stable it is, but it's apparently stable enough that they're willing to do this, because you know it's going to be an absolute dumpster fire if you can't even get a single game by the time we get there.
Oh, man. Like listen, I'll be honest. What I project is it's still going to lag, but I don't think it's going to be to the point where it's unplayable. Like in ranked right now, in ranked right now, you could technically play, and there are games that are horrible, and then there are games that are like pretty decent. So do you guys know, are these games Wednesday and Thursday going to be whitelisted lobbies, or are they true customs?
I'm assuming whitelisted, I would hope. But I the only thing I fear, though, is... there's times that you lag, and there's times the server crashes. If the server crashes during the tournament, bro, that is going to be awful. Lag, I'm expecting lag. But if the team's on a good game or something, you do a black set, your team's frying, you got a good zone, and the server crashes, bro, it is going to be a fire.
Yeah. So what they do every single time, and this is what they've done publicly, and they've even said this publicly, is they always will start with customs if it's in the game. So they will start with customs, because there's a ranked playlist in customs right now that follows what the ranked changes are, including, by the way, the thermals being taken out. Like everything that's in ranked currently going to be there for customs, which means it's a different tournament than we would have had if we would have had it 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
But then if that doesn't work, or there's enough lags or enough glitches, they will then whitelist, and they probably already have it set up. They'll whitelist everybody and run it on a public lobby. That's, of course, just those players.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean...
Wait.
Go ahead, Joe.
Who would then be the, like, tournament host for those lobbies? Would they just choose like you're the host, or how would that work?
Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in customs now you can host without being a player.
But then isn't it on their isn't it their server though? or no?
Wherever they're located at.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about like what region server it is?
Yeah.
I think that's in the rules. I'm not actually sure.
I'm assuming it's going to be central. It's got to be central. There's no way.
Game battles for NA to be central, yeah, and then game battles admins host those.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I think. I'm not too sure, but at the end of the day, I'm just excited to get this shit going, bro. Listen, bro, like I'm ready to watch party this. I'm ready to see some people fry out. I'm telling you, it's quick turnaround, bro. Quick turnaround. And literally in today's Friday. In less than a week, we have our competition. Then a week after that, we have the finals, which is where everybody's about to throw down. It's about to be crazy. JGOD's coming to the crib. I'm excited. It's awesome. Gonna be cool. But I don't know, boys. Right now, is there anything, Joe? I mean, and even I can attest this. Is there anything right now that's broken as hell that needs to be addressed? I'm gonna be honest.
Thermals that are still in the game. Hello.
Yeah.
Raven software. Hello. There's still thermals that you can use.
Like use cold-blooded.
But for what
That's
though?
like,
there's still cheese.
Choice.
There's
I'm
still
be the
cheese.
voice of reason in that one. They are cheese, but guess what? In cold-blooded, you are invisible. You are absolutely invisible in that optic.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to throw on it. But then okay, so let's say that. But then how about?
Listen, I don't think that many people are even running thermal.
No,
I mean,
no. That optic is trash, though. That optic is so bad. It's so
I
bad.
feel like I've seen a lot of streamers. I feel like most people have it on.
Really, I've deadass used it all night. Like had an amazing day of like SR, and not a single person was using that optic. Like that's just me though. But I know like FIFA used it all day in the morning, the day before that, and maybe the morning lobbies are different from that. Yeah,
it'll catch on. I don't know if I helped it get nerfed. The other stuff, they got all those other ones taken out, but
yes.
But it's good that they did get those taken out. Drill charges and then the Cronin, right?
I would love, yeah.
Drills need nerfed. Also, I feel like even though they said that the zones for the water, they fixed that, I feel like you still get a good amount of water zones. And then also, I think it's just a rank thing. I don't know if anybody will actually even try this for the tournament. I feel like vehicles, especially helicopters, endgame, should like either like I don't know how they could do it, but bro, we have like in a lot of ranked games, there's just a heli flying. So like in the last zones, when everybody's trying to like rotate, and because of the lock, as like you can't like aim like all the way up. Like there's a chopper just flying for the last couple zones, and like people aren't shooting at it because they're scared to like show where they are.
Yeah.
Like it's, I'm like, what is going on?
Yep.
Well, and this is only a small little bit of silver lining, but the small bit of silver lining is that at least it's not placement points for that. Like somebody's not gonna be able to just mega farm SR in customs because technically it's a multiplier. So they are gonna have to get some kills along the way, but it does mean those early kills are gonna be more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't had a podcast since the Cronin was like meta, right?
No, we've had it. Like, okay, see, the thing is, in my opinion, the Cronin is broken. But like, what made it, honestly, like 2 times, if I'm doing an accurate number, 2 times more broken is not being able to rotate because of thermals. So, right now, do I still think it's broken? Hell yeah. Let me bring something up that not a lot of people are talking about. I feel bad for the stage 1 or the semifinals. Stage 2 finals, I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this. If Warzone is continuing their 4-week cycle, the new update goes live on stage 1 finals date for NA.
No. I think it's the week after.
Are you sure? Did they say, because if we're following the 4-week
31st and 1st, right?
Yeah, no, the week after that is the 7th, and that's the stage 1 finals. That is when supposedly, I haven't confirmed anything yet, but if they're following that same 4-week cycle, because the update was on the 10th, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is stage 1 finals. It lands on update day. Couple things there. New metas, 1000%. Cronin might be nerfed. The Cronin single shot might be nerfed. I don't know what's going on, but in my opinion, the Cronin is absolutely broken.
That's kind of what happened last time with the Baka Bro tourney. literally the day before. Everyone's like, "What the hell are we using?"
Yeah.
Time to kill. Hello. Can we maybe can we get a maybe juicy add fifth? Like, bro, maybe season 4 will be like, dude, that is we're playing ranked and then the tournament. Can they just give us screw movement, whatever, bro? I'm already past preaching about that. Time to kill was insane, bro. You still get 2 tapped with a Cronin, like,
dude. Just know, I'm sending these clips. I'm saying, yo, this is kind of crazy, bro. Just letting you know, like, somebody had a crazy clip. I don't know who it was, where he peaked for 2 seconds and got, like, I'm not kidding, obliterated. Like,
vaporized. There's so many clips, especially when people are shooting. Their reaction to how quick they're killing, they're like, "Oh shit!" Like that, huh?
I mean, I'm hoping Smixy talked about reconnect feature. I'm hoping that comes in season 4. We know that they said that there was like they announced it or something that they're working on it. So let's hope that that's in the works hopefully by season 4. But we're talking about a change in meta. My hope is for next whatever. When is it? In 2 weeks from now, when the new update goes live, if it does go live that same day, is the Cronin is no longer meta and it's a completely new season. So that means new guns, new things are coming out.
I would love to see like I say new, but like a completely new meta, like an M4, STB, like the guns that nobody uses, or like some like subs, like I don't know that a lot of us don't use. Like just throw us a curveball and have something like new and actually new, because like people still as like the best AR is like the Hemlock still, and it's been nerfed like twice now.
Yeah.
Like,
there needs to be some
more
type
people
of...
haven't tried the Lockman or the cast-off.
Is it good? Is it like...
Both are good. Better damage per mag. TTKs are faster. ADS,
cast-off is good. I love that gun.
Slower, but you get 60-round mag.
I wonder...
I love the cast-off, but it's from like longer ranges, it's impossible. It's literally impossible to control.
No, the 5.45. Not the 7.62.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. I think the reason why people aren't using those guns is just because you don't use the Cronin, you're getting fucking smoked. Like you can dead ass 2-bullet people with the Cronin if you hit your headshots. Like gun's insane, gun's broken, and I think they know that. And like, are they gonna fix it? By next week for the people in the semifinals? Fuck no. I'm sorry.
No chance.
Yeah, if you are competing in the semifinals of stage 1, you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's my opinion. That's what I think is gonna happen. Unless they surprise me with a random nerf, I would be shocked. I'd be shocked. But
and I will say, like, to get to speak at least somewhat well upon the devs that are working now on some of this stuff, like the fact that ranked is correlating to customs directly for World Series of Warzone, and they're willing. I mean, we officially, by the way, have our first like attachments that are GA'd out of customs. Like that's a huge first step for me, because from what I could tell in the way they were communicating, it was like, hey, we're gonna start with ranked by just taking out like heavy chappers, and that's basically it, and then we'll start stair stepping, and we're already at the stair step where they're taking out attachments. That's a huge win.
Let me go ahead and throw this out. I think JoeWo, JGOD, you guys can agree to this. When we were at Raven Software and Treyarch and Infinity Ward were giving us the presentation, they made it very clear that they don't want to take things out of the game. Like they made it very clear.
That's always been the case too.
Yeah, they want to keep everything in the game and just, like they want to just make sure everything's in there, right? And the fact that we're here now, maybe like a month or 2 later, and we're getting this much communication, they're like taking things out of the game that we talked about, I'm genuinely surprised, right? Like
maybe the keys to the castle got passed over, maybe the keys to the Warzone castle got passed.
Maybe.
Honestly, because I feel like you said, they were like, we're only doing this, like we'll see. Like it sounded like for them, it was like we'll see at season 4 for the first like launch of it, then it'll be. So it's like, I don't know. It seems like the keys got passed.
Yeah, so I don't know. Whatever they're doing, keep doing it. In my opinion, I'm excited for the next 2-3 weeks, and then after that, I think we're probably gonna have a big break, which sucks, till stage 2. But I'm excited, man. We have 2 weeks of, for the first time ever, competitive Warzone, and I'm hoping one day, maybe a couple years down the road, we can say like Warzone is actually competitive. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that with everything going on, cheater situation, we can kind of crack down on everything and we can put together something like really, really good, right? So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, boys. But it just again to confirm. I was just gonna say the
sorry,
dates. June 31st, guys. That's this coming Wednesday. Is stage one.
May.
May 31st. I'm an idiot. May 31st. This Wednesday, NA final or stage one semifinals. Then June 1st is stage one EU finals, and then the week after that, June 7th is NA stage one finals. That's like finals. Everybody's gonna be competing. Then June 8th, Thursday, EU finals, which is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So go ahead, Joe. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
For the stage one semifinals and finals, would it be too much to ask for everybody competing to have a full setup camera? Like I'm still not past that, bro.
I get that, but they're not going to put that unless they put in the rules. No one has to adhere to it, even though it'd be the honor system. People aren't going to do that.
There was a kid that just admitted to cheating that was never caught on a main account that's still not banned. The guy's tweeting out for ranked players right now on his account, bro. It's not banned. Like, it's not like, is that not too much? Like, I'm sorry. Like, and like, not that I haven't had faith in people. Like, I have no faith in people, bro. People will do anything for money. And for anybody that says like, dude, some people, dude, you have a phone, bro. You have a phone, prop it up. Like, is that not too much to ask, bro?
Damn. I mean,
I don't think it's too much to ask. The question is, can it be enforced? Like, you've got to go to Activision in theory that then goes to game battles and says everybody has to do this, and you try to enforce it when it wasn't originally enforced in the original rule set. I don't know. It's kind of tough.
But for the people, I can see people saying like, I am scared to play if I'm on camera, I don't perform well. When the LAN, so you're going to perform during this tournament, then you go to LAN, and then you're going to be on cameras everywhere, lights, crowd, everything. So like, you got to get used to it at some point. Why not in the semifinals? Like,
well, and they do have to be on camera. Like, they will have to be on camera for stage one finals.
Oh, Diaz is pissed.
The setups thing is tough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of happy that everybody's going to have to be on camera. Like, that's great. But for cheating purposes, at the end of the day, like, you showing your face doesn't matter. Like, you can still fucking cheat. Yeah, like,
see the monitor.
Yeah, let me do the wide angle. You know, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, boys, we obviously went a little over, but that's fine. Little 2-hour one. No, the other one was crazy, like 3 hours, but that's fine. But I think we went over everything we needed to go over, man. I'm really excited for finally the World Series of Warzone is starting. We're going to be doing watch parties for that. It's going to be crazy. JGOD's flying out in a couple weeks to the house, and we're going to do a watch party here. It's going to be dope, man. And Joe, I know you're competing, man. Are you excited?
No, I'm not. I'm starting to petition, bro. I'm not done, bro. I was like, dude, just move on. I'm not done, bro. Like, I'm not getting scared, bro. Like, I'm done. Listen, bro. People will bro. This guy was literally cheating in $10 wagers, bro. People will do anything for money. $1.2 million, bro. Is it not too much to ask, bro? I'm not done. I'm not happy, bro. I'm literally petitioning, like, and then, anyway. But nah, I am excited, bro. I have a super good team. Shout out Bremner. Shout out Limax Demons.
Wait, you were Limax now?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since they changed the tournament rules on us.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
It's been announced for several weeks, I think, right, Joe?
Really? Am I bugging?
Oh yeah.
Oh damn, I'm bugging then. What the hell?
No, you're good. But so I mean, still.
All right,
fun.
boys.
Should be fun, but I ain't done yet. Show me your setup. Stop playing around.
Hey, I'm down, bro. Listen, we'll regroup next week. And listen, at the end of the day, what I'm gonna take from this is there's more than likely way more people in the scene cheating that just haven't got caught. Again, if anybody's watching this and you know people are fucking cheating, I swear to God, you better come through, because if today showed you anything, is that you will get flamed equally as much if you know people are hacking. You don't say shit. All right. So if anybody here, my DMs are open, bro. If you got, you got some valid proof that people are, let me know. So yeah, guys, let's regroup next week, and Wednesday, Thursday are gonna be big days. So I'm excited to see that, man. Boys, any last minute thoughts, bro?
I think the only thing I would say is that because I'm a big fan of the competitive side of Warzone, if you guys are a big fan of the competitive side of Warzone, go support World Series of Warzone. Tune into the broadcast, tune into Hector's watch party, like show it a lot of support, because the more support that it's given and people excited about the series throughout the entirety of the year, the higher percent chance we do more stuff like this in the future.
100%. And Joe, Jay, got anything?
For all the people that are cheating, if you send me 3166, I'll keep it low key. Let me know. That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything. I'll see. I'm sure we might have some Well, we obviously we're gonna have the watch parties, and then we'll lead into the following week. So
Yeah. All right, man. Boys, everybody tuning in. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. Next week, we'll regroup. Boys, as always, thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate y'all, baby.
Appreciate you.
Later, baby. Peace.
Peace.